as a defence coach, you probably wouldn't have been happy with some of the missed tackles in that first half, I'm guessing.
Yeah, no, not very. I'm generally pretty grumpy on that sort of thing, but look, we'll have a look at why they became, and I think again it's a bit of spacing, and we're playing against a team that were offloading a lot and being really expansive with how they were trying to play, and that's hard to defend. But the first things first, making those tackles. We'll look at the ones that are important and make sure that we're getting a bit of detail done.
Sum up that second half though.
Pretty good attack. When we can get the ball to Braden, he can show what he can do, and George did the same. And we just managed to keep pressure on top of them. And I think set piece wise, pretty good out the office. Line out defence was excellent. The boys getting up there, putting a lot of pressure on their ball, which turned ball into our hands to attack with. So, second half pretty happy, and we corrected a bit of defence. And then in the same breath, Billy Hartman comes on and makes a couple of big plays when they were getting close to the line. So, lots to work on still, but it's not a bad place to start.
And you don't have long, do you? 4 days basically, so
no.
How do you treat these next 4 days?
Well, recovery first. So the S&C boys are right on top of them there, telling them what they have to do and how we have to recover in the next 2 days, and then we'll get in Monday. Quick preview of counties, and away we go again. So we've got a lot to just keep chipping away at. We don't want to flood them with lots of stuff, but just making sure our basics are in order, and that's the area we'll focus.
You're surprised the tempo that they came. I mean, they're sort of matching you guys here in that first 40.
No, not at all. And I think when I was analysing from a defensive side, they're probably the most challenging side that we'd seen so far. And the way they moved the ball, the shape they're running, the team was a good player, and they certainly had some good edge attackers. So. It was a real handful. So we put a lot of work and paid them a lot of respect. You saw how good they were when they had an opportunity to score, and we had to be on our mettle. But the reality was they were a handful, and we treated them as a shield challenge. We should. There was a lot of respect shown.
Awful lot. I'm not sure what the count was, but a hell of a lot of line-outs in that first half, and not surprisingly, I guess with the blokes you've got, it ended up being a pretty good weapon for you guys. Yeah,
it was. It's a good place to launch from. We got through a few sort of specials and stuff, which was great to see. Defensively, I think our guys are making big strides, and putting a team under pressure, being able to squeeze their set piece ball is really important if we want to be aggressive defensively. But the platform, Ciardi was having a look at me when he came off, which is great to see. He performed well, and we had a little laugh about that afterwards. But he came off after a big dominant scrum. So getting those foundations in order will help our attack, which will lead us to being a really good team.
Anyone broken at all? They all seem to.
They're all pretty healthy, which is great after the last couple of weeks we've had. I think everyone seems okay, and but the key thing now is they recover. We've got to go again on Wednesday, and then we've got to go again on Sunday. So it's a big week still. So just the first step.
Ben Fennell, DLB. Are you likely to have them in the mix in one of the 2 games in the next week?
I think Ben's a bit closer. DLB we're just monitoring, but they're not far. So Ben hopefully might be a week away, which would be great. Get him back in the mix, but. Look, it's always going to be about the squad. So as long as we've got a good squad, and Rob Thompson can come back into that mix as well, everyone can share the workload, because we can't expect people to play 3 games in 8 days. It's just too much.
So pretty unfortunate for poor old Nathan Vella, the try that was disallowed.
Yeah, it was a funny one really, because they go back a number of phases, and I counted a few more perhaps than they did, but look, it's just one of those things. So the other guys make the call, and we just had to get on with it. But it was a lovely piece of play straight afterwards when Timmy Bateman squeezed the ball through and George scores under the bar. So it ended well. Shame for Nathan, but it was good for George.
Looked like it was asking for a red on that late shot on Richie. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know whether. I think it's probably been dealt with. For me, it was a little bit reckless, nothing more. And look, at the end of the day, they were going to chance their arm, and they know Richie's key. And people will come for Richie. He's that good a player. I guess teams look at him and go, well, if we can shut Richie Mo'unga down, we've got half a chance. And it was just a bit of pressure. And at the end of the day, Richie got up, shook it off, and got back on with his job.